Tonight, WSU police respond to President Trump's recommendation to arm teachers.
And we take a look at how WSU researchers push to gain knowledge from across the universe.
And UREC PlayT going on right now. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From Studio B on the campus of Washington State University, this is Pullman's only nightly newscast. This is Murrow News 8.
Good evening. I'm Alex Scully.
And I'm Afiq Hisham. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
President Trump offered a new solution on gun control violence in the wake of the Parkland school shooting. Trump held a nationally televised event where he heard ideas and complaints from school shooting survivors and family members of gun violence victims. One of Trump's suggestions included giving, quote, concealed guns to gun-adept teachers, end quote. Ian Smay spoke with WSU Police Assistant Chief Stephen Hansen for his thoughts on the idea of arming teachers.
President Trump made a new recommendation on how to prevent deaths in school massacres after meeting with survivors of the Parkland school shooting from last week. Trump's suggestion was to allow teachers who are proficient in firearms who have received firearm training to carry concealed weapons in the classroom. But what does that mean for teachers here at WSU? WSU Assistant Chief Hansen had his own thoughts on the matter.
I think there's some challenges associated with them. I'd have to look and see how the training's going to go on and how in-depth that training would be and what they're looking at. I mean, it's more than just teaching somebody to fire a weapon and stuff. I mean, you have to, talk about weapons retention and stuff like that. Because what you don't want to do is have one and have it taken away and now have the bad guy turn it on somebody else.
A timetable has not been released on when the plan would be implemented or if Washington State would take part in allowing teachers to carry concealed weapons in the classroom. Some critics say that this does not address deaths that occur in shootings at places like concerts and other venues. Reporting from the WSU Public Safety Building, I'm Ian Smay, Murrow News 8.
People recycle every day in Whitman County, but recycling glass may do more harm than good. I went to the Whitman County Solid Waste Landfill Center and Transfer Station to learn how it negatively affects other recyclables in cities like Pullman.
Whitman County uses a single-stream form of recycling. It's a system where facilities such as the Solid Waste Landfill and Transfer Station collect and process a mix of recycling goods. While the county no longer accepts glass as a commodity, it is not uncommon to find them piled up in bins with other materials.
It's just not worth anything, and so that's the problem. If the material isn't worth anything, then it's pretty hard to recycle it.
The county's decision to remove glass from the mix is an attempt at improving the quality of other recyclables. Glass in the system tends to shatter into shards, damaging equipment and other commodities in the process. This significantly lowers the overall value of recycled goods.
It's weird, you wouldn't think glass is wearing out metal, but it does. It's real abrasive on metal. It's kind of like a diamond, cut through metal.
This machine helps break down glass items into materials for road and construction projects, and you can still offer glass on site, but its location on Landfill Road makes it tricky for those in Pullman without the time or ability to drive up to the facility.
I think probably going back to the source separated, that's really the best recycling you can do. It's clean at the curb, it's clean when you get it here, and it's clean when it goes to market.
County officials plan to reach out to local communities in an effort to make people think twice about recycling glass. Afiq Hisham, Murrow News 8.
The National Academies of Sciences, Engineering and Medicine Committee appointed WSU professor Sue Clark to their team to help evaluate the U.S. Department of Energy's cleanup technology development plans. They group plans to review technology development efforts, such as finding technologies that will reduce costs, eliminate risks, and speed up schedules. Designing submarines on Earth? No problem. But creating one that can function in negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit in alien oceans made of methane and ethane gets tricky. Charlie Nelson visited the WSU lab where the exact research takes place.
WSU researchers worked with NASA to understand how a submarine could operate on the Saturn moon Titan.
Never imagined you would have the opportunity to actually work on a project that's literally out of this world. It's so abstract and bizarre sending a submarine to Titan, but there's no reason that we can't do it.
Ian Richardson, a former graduate student, and Jake Leachman, the associate professor assigned to the project, worked together to create a successful first simulation.
It's the only celestial body in our solar system that has stable liquid on the surface. There's lakes, there's seas, it's just all based on methane.
They made this test chamber to hold the frigid liquid mixture, and to approximate the heat of the submarine, they added this 2-inch heater. The next problems to tackle were limiting the number of nitrogen bubbles that formed so the ship can move easier, and recording video at negative 300 degrees. They succeeded.
I teach my students is that the most commonly wrong statements in humanity are people saying something can't happen. Hang tight, be patient, and keep watching because you'll be surprised.
Jake believes Titan holds possibilities for new discovery.
Totally, alien environment like the minus 300 degrees Fahrenheit of Titan. I mean, that would change humanity, in general. Just, it would give us a new perspective on the universe. And just doing a small part to help with that, just simple measurements of what the sea could be like, I mean, that's pretty exciting.
Ian and Jake will use this information to work with NASA and continue updating the Titan submarine before the time of optimal conditions for space travel to Saturn in 20 to 30 years. Charlie Nelson, Murrow News 8.
Washington State University's Student Rec Center is hosting a UREC Play Day right now. Play Day allows anyone, WSU students or community members, to compete and test their skills at the climbing wall and other activities. It's free to get in, and there's only 2 hours left, so if you want to join in, you better get moving. When we return, Marco Rubio responds to students who attacked his policies.
And a church in Idaho received the wrong kind of publicity from their raffle giveaway when Murrow News 8 returns.
When you're out there, there's no telling what you'll find.
I see it! I see it! Oh, look at you.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
The great outside.
My new mom and I have a lot in common.
So shiny.
We both love the outdoors.
That's not a flower.
And she knows a lot about wildlife.
A labradoodle.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play or even what you wear. You just need to be there. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
Here in Washington, students at Cheney High School decided to take a stand against gun violence by organizing a walkout. About 100 students left class at noon and one by one expressed their feelings on gun control. School officials say that they knew about the walkout before it happened and they will not punish students for participating. Senator Marco Rubio says he will rethink his stance on high-capacity magazines for guns after speaking at a Florida town hall meeting last night. Rubio quickly became the target of heated questions over gun policy reform in the aftermath of last week's Florida school shooting.
Because while it may not prevent an attack, it may save lives in an attack. And I'll let the authorities discuss at the appropriate time why I say that.
The Post Falls Christian school in Idaho faces backlash for including an AR-15 rifle in their school auction. The Christian Academy received complaints from people still grieving from the deadly school shooting in Parkland, Florida, where the perpetrator used an AR-15 rifle to shoot and kill 17 students. Despite the feedback, the school chose to keep the rifle in the auction, citing their belief in the Second Amendment.
A security guard at an LA high school set an example in stopping a potential school shooting. Marino Chavez overheard a student talking about his plan to shoot up his school in the next 3 weeks, prompting him to report it. Police found 2 assault rifles and nearly 100 magazines in the student's home. The students tried to play it off as a joke, but Chavez didn't want to take any chances. Even though the sun is
shining, the cold front is still hitting WSU.
Weatherwoman Casey Shaneline joins us with the weather report when Murrow News 8 returns.
Yeah.
King.
Go fish!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back. The days have gone a little longer lately, but the cold weather hasn't gone anywhere. Casey Shaneline joins us to share what you need to know about your weekend forecast.
Well, Alec, you are right. The cold is here to stay. And you know that if you woke up this morning and saw the snow outside, it did snow a couple inches last night. There was some dusting on the car. I don't know about you. I had to wipe my windshield off to make sure I was safe before I drove. As you can see, the low temperatures were sitting at low 20s. It was in the teens earlier. It's going to stay around this temperature through the evening. We'll see if we get some snow showers tonight. And if we do, you can see the low temperatures on the east side of the state. Spokane, Pullman, always usually a little bit colder as we step into our central area of the state. There even had some sun in Yakima. Don't let that fool you. It was sunny, but it was cloudy and cold. And as you can see, our neighbors on the west side of the state did get a little snow, but the temperatures were warmer. As we head into tomorrow, you're going to expect more of the same as of today. It's going to be cold temperatures in the teens in the morning. It's going to warm up to about mid-20s in the afternoon, and that temperature is going to stick for the evening, but make sure you're careful and bundle up because it's going to be cold. So we head into the weekend. You can see on Sunday and Saturday it's going to be colder. There's going to be some snow showers, so make sure you bundle up, get inside, watch a movie, play with the family, and that's all I have for you in weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up, we'll share a story about a seemingly unadoptable pet who found a new purpose. Keep your hopes alive when Murrow News 8 returns.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
A deaf dog used his nose to find a purpose by becoming Washington's first deaf drug search dog. Ghost, a pit bull mix, struggled to find a home in Florida because of his inability to hear. However, Barb Davenport, the canine program manager for the state's Department of Corrections, saw Ghost and decided to take a chance. The gamble has paid off.
Thank you for watching. Join us every weeknight at 7 and 10 p.m. for Pullman's only nightly newscast.
Have a great night. And don't forget to follow Murrow News 8 on Facebook and Twitter.
Good night, Pullman.